All right, everybody, good afternoon, and thanks so much for watching News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. My name is Pilar Arias. I would like to say hello and happy Friday. We made it, everybody. A lot of you are already talking about your weekend plans on the YouTube chat. If you have not chimed in just yet, feel free to do so. We like to get to know each other here while watching News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Again, my name is Pilar Arias, for those of you unfamiliar. If you are a new subscriber, a new viewer, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And we've got me, Mike Page, Christy Larson. We are a three-person team here as your News Now host. And just a friendly programming note, everybody. I mentioned it yesterday, but I want to mention it again. The News Now stream will be ending at 8 p.m. Arizona time. That's 11 p.m. Eastern every night from now through August 23rd. So 2 full weeks from now, the News Now stream will be ending at 8 p.m. Just wanted to give you all a heads up. So if you try to come in on Fox10Phoenix.com, or you go to the Fox10 Phoenix YouTube page and you're like, hey, they're not live. What's going on? What's happening? That's the case. Just wanted to let you all know. Okay, so this first top story I have for you, it's out of Ohio. Unfortunately, a 5-year-old girl contracts a tick paralysis after spending some time at the lake with her family. Let's get the details.
It could have been at East Fork. It could have been in our backyard.
Something happened to 5-year-old Avery a few days ago after the family spent the day at East Fork Lake.
And I fell face first into the bathroom.
She went to bed playing one day. She woke up next day. She couldn't walk a straight line.
She couldn't feed herself. She got to the point where she couldn't breathe on her own.
Little Avery was in the ICU on a breathing tube. Her mom says it was so bad, Avery would have stopped breathing in about an hour. Doctors thought the worst.
We thought her cerebellum was inflamed.
They did do a CT scan and a spinal tap and checked, and an MRI, and everything come back normal. The infectious disease doctor of 30 years said he's never seen nothing like it.
My friend on Facebook commented on one of the pictures and was like, hey, check for ticks.
So that got super serious.
Super quick.
Yeah.
And when we got up to ICU, I was like brushing her ear, and I felt it. I felt a huge bump behind her ear.
It was a tick the size of a quarter, right here behind Avery's ear, and a second one here, hiding in her hairline.
Yeah, they're huge. I pulled the tick off of her. And
With your bare hands?
With my bare hands. Mama bear.
Was it still like,
Yes, it was very much alive, and actually it stayed alive the entire time.
She learned the ticks release a toxin, and as long as they're on your body, you can get sick to the point of paralysis. She needs no special drugs. Her condition began to improve dramatically as soon as the ticks were gone.
It's just pulling off the ticks. That's the treatment.
This is how great Avery feels now, not 24 hours out of Children's Hospital.
Yeah, just yesterday. Look at her. She's climbing a tree.
Ooh, ooh, ah, ah.
Climbing like a monkey, and her mom says the minute they pulled out that breathing tube, they knew she'd be okay, making this sound.
Wow, can you believe that? That little girl, not only a survivor, but living life to its fullest, climbing trees and acting like nothing even ever happened. But we always worry about ticks and fleas when it comes to our animals, right? Cats, dogs, and the like, but turns out they can be just as dangerous to humans as well. So you always got to keep a close eye out on your family members. If they're feeling ill, take them to get medical treatment immediately. It's always very important. You could save a life, and in that case, it appears that they did. All right, so this next top story. Any Taco Bell fans out there? I wouldn't call it a confession, just a little tidbit to get to know me a little bit better. I actually worked at a Taco Bell in high school. It was my second job. I worked there for more than a year. Yes, I worked fast food. We all had to start somewhere, right? But I don't know if I'm as far as a fanatic that I would have to stay at a pop-up hotel in Palm Springs, California.
It's everything. Like, it's Taco Bell in its whole fantasticness. Like, is that a word? I don't know if that's a word.
Guests checking in to the Bell Hotel and Resort in Palm Springs.
Wow, this is awesome.
A dream destination for die-hard Taco Bell fans.
One person told me this was the best day of their life, so that's definitely our standard at this point.
Dream come true.
Dream come true, as you could say, yes.
Overhauling the hotel's decor to make it a flavor-filled getaway. Rooms covered with touches of Taco Bell.
All the details are here, and it's just been awesome coming in and checking out the room and seeing everything, all the hard work that's been put into it.
Guests enjoying the tasty treats, and at the pool, sauce packet floaties.
The best part is coming to the pool, where you're going to be getting Taco Bell food that you can't get anywhere else.
Food looks amazing, like we're speculating maybe we need to try everything.
And if you're coming off the pool, you can find the Baja Bar with a list of Taco Bell curated cocktails like the Strawberry Sangria Baja Blast, a Cucumber Crush, or even an Horchata Date Smoothie. Thank you so much. And check this out, we just came upstairs to the Freeze Lounge where we're celebrating the 15th anniversary of one of my Taco Bell favorites, the Baja Blast. We've got the sprinkles for the birthday celebration, and let's give this a shot. Delicious. Even a salon for Taco Bell makeovers.
I have actually been saving my hair to get a Taco Bell fade at the salon, so I'm excited to go get my hair cut.
With Palm Springs, the backdrop for the ultimate Taco Bell experience.
There's a definite vibe going on here. You can tell by the way things look, and it just seems like the perfect spot for it.
In Palm Springs, Jake Ingrassia, News Channel 3.
Mike didn't lie. That's for the die-hard Taco Bell fans. I know downtown Phoenix recently got a Taco Bell Cantina. I have happened to visit it several times. I've also been to the Taco Bell Cantina on the Las Vegas Strip where you can get those frozen alcoholic beverages. So different strokes for different folks. If you're into that type of thing, well, now you know where you can spend the night at the Taco Bell Pop-Up Hotel in Palm Springs, California. But like I said, I heard reservations sold out in like 2 minutes. If you want to get in there, you better move fast. All right, so this next top story we have for you is in regards to your cash. Turns out the big gap between what people are earning and what they're having to spend just to run in place economically is steadily rising.
Americans have this appetite for debt.
Consumer debt is now at record levels, with more families falling deep into debt to maintain their middle-class lifestyle. The Wall Street Journal reports consumer debt, not counting mortgages, has climbed to $4 trillion. That's higher than it's ever been after adjusting for inflation.
We keep taking on more and more and literally living beyond our means and using debt to try to supplement our income.
What used to be staples for the middle class, cars, college, houses, and health care, have steadily become more costly. But incomes have been largely stagnant for 2 decades, despite a recent uptick.
Wake up and look at this and let's stop the cycle, meaning take control of your situation, start to live on a budget, start to get yourself out of debt, and understand you have to be in control.
Median household income in the U.S. was $61,372 at the end of 2017. When inflation is taken into account, that's just about the same as 20 years ago. Going out to dinner once in a while and other small expenses that used to be commonplace now seem like little luxuries. This when stacked up against an average of $8,390 in credit card debt.
You attack the smallest debt first. You can give yourself a raise without going to your employer. Stop comparing yourself to what your neighbors are doing and start to compete with your own internal goals. I believe the American dream is alive and available. People just need a clear and pleasant plan on how to get there.
After all, it's your cash. Tracy Carrasco, Fox Business.
A lot of good financial advice in that report there. Again, everybody, I got one more top story ready to go for you here, at least in this little segment on News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. I asked Mike Page at the end of News Now on Fox 10 Extra. Friendly reminder, that's Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to noon Arizona time, which means 1 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. So regardless of where you are across the country, if you're not in Arizona, you don't have a TV, no problem. You can always watch here on the News Now stream, which you can find by going to Fox10Phoenix.com or going to YouTube. So, okay, question time. My question, how many of you read Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark when you were younger, when you were growing up? I feel like it was mostly an elementary school series that when people were 12 and under, they read the books, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. The reason I'm asking is because there's now a movie. Let's take a look at a preview.
What's that?
It's a book of scary stories.
The beloved children's book series, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, comes to life on the big screen, following 5 small-town teens who confront their biggest fears when they discover a book with supernatural powers.
You don't read the book. The book reads you. They've done an incredible job with literally just pulling them straight out of the book.
It just captures the imagination, and a way that makes you not be able to sleep at night.
Oscar-winning filmmaker Guillermo del Toro and Andre Ovredal gave the movie version a fresh take by choosing a handful of stories from the collection to meld into one.
I didn't want to do an anthology film with little episodes. What it is a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end with the same characters that find this book. And this book, they realize, reads you and makes the story that you're most afraid. It writes it itself, and it comes to life.
It has a sense of humor. It's a lot of laughs in the film, I think, and I wanted to keep it real so that it's relatable.
You're in the next story. We're reading it right here.
Though set in the 1960s, the movie's theme is reflective of our modern world.
Telling stories about each other is what social media is about. And telling stories, repeating them blindly can harm. And repeating the real story can heal.
Known for his love of monsters, Del Toro has no shortage of creepy creatures in his filmography. So if the supernatural book were to tap into his fears, what would the story reveal?
It would actually be the newspaper right now with the headlines from right now. That's the scariest thing I've ever lived.
Now they will get the monster they all deserve.
Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Inviting us, driving